Hey YouTube, it's Bugout, and one thing that we don't really talk too much about is what to do in the event of a nuclear event. And that's something I'm going to be kind of covering as I go over what came inside this month's BattlBox, and I'll also be talking about what I like and don't like about the gear that's inside. So this is not a promotion or anything like that, but for those of you who are curious about BattlBox and how to sign up for them, I'll be leaving a link below, but also be linking different items that I see in the description box down below as well. But anyways, so BattlBox comes in 4 different price points. It comes with one that costs $24, which is the basic, $49, which is the advanced, $99, which is the pro, and then the Pro Plus, which is basically the Knife of the Month club, includes all of these items, just like the Pro includes everything below it, or above it I should say, that kind of thing. But that one costs $149, and then you can see the MSRP next to how much you would be paying if you were to buy it for full price. And then this is kind of the sit rep explaining about why it's important to prepare for a nuclear attack, but that's this month's Mission 30 theme, nuclear, biological, and chemical. So moving on to the items themselves, I'm going to start off with what comes inside the basic box and then kind of move from there. So first off, we have IOSAT tablets. So it's really important to mention that you really don't want to use these unless you're directed to do so from a public authority type of figure. So that's another reason why you need to make sure that you have radios, the weather radio types of things or whatnot, so that you can be listening to hear updates and public announcements. But basically what this will do is it will block the thyroid from getting radiation poisoning. You only want to take one a day in the event of something like this happening, nuclear war type of thing, and you don't want to take more than about a couple of weeks worth, even at that, because it's not good for you. And there's all sorts of warnings on here and instructions on what to do. But I'm going to keep all of this stuff in a specific bag that I have designed just in case there is a nuclear type of event. And in the meantime, a lot of y'all could probably just use the bag that comes inside this box, or you can put it just inside the box itself if you wanted to. So that's the first item that comes in the basic box. The next item is known as Radiac Wash. You'll see some of these, the names are kind of a themed radioactivity and nuclear themed names, so they're hard to pronounce. But yeah, basically these are towelettes that you can use to wipe away. You could use it for your mask, you can use it for your skin, your clothes. You're probably going to want to use some of these bags to kind of throw those away. But yep, there's kind of instructions on how to use that. Moving on to the next thing, the book itself, and I'm just kind of flipping through this, and I do unboxings differently every time. Sometimes I open the box, sometimes I don't, but you can see lots of words, but also some pictures on what to do in case there is an attack, first aid, ways to mitigate it, ways to kind of survive in that type of environment. So good information, good things to read ahead of time. That way you're prepared in case something does happen. Moving on to the next item. Let's see here. We have a dosimeter card. So this only lasts for a couple of years, so you might want to write down the date on this. There's also instructions on how to read this, but you can see that depending on your exposure level, it will appear on this strip of basically what's in the air around you. So I would include this with your kit and put this where you're going to basically be hunkered down if there's a nuclear fallout event. Not that I'm saying that this will happen, but it's good to have preparations in place for all sorts of things, especially in this day and age. And then of course just the waste bags themselves. And I had kind of a funny story with these waste bags. So you can see there's two of them. If you open them up, biological, caution, radioactive material, pretty self-explanatory, but it's got that symbol on it, which is, as you can probably tell, universal for, you know, radioactive material or waste. And why that's funny is that these are the trash bags that we have to recycle with over here in where I'm at in Europe. And so if I were to put my recyclables in here instead of in here and leave these on the side of the road, that would be really, really epic. Let me know if you guys think I should do that. I'm not really going to do that, but I think it's just a funny thought. They would lose their mind if they saw that on the side of a road. Moving on to advanced. Okay, so if you want to pay $49, the things that come in that is the gas mask and the water filter straw. The water filter straw first. I've actually worked with the company that makes this before, and I included it in my one of my zombie Bugout bags. But yeah, you can see that this protects from radioactivity just because it's got that sticker on it. So if it's got that sticker on it with a crossover, you know it's good. But seriously though, you can attach this to the sink and then filter out water that comes out of it, or obviously just whatever water that you have either hopefully stored, you can siphon through this just like you would a straw, and then I'm assuming you can filter some of the other water in the area as long as it's not super contaminated, but obviously there's a risk of that no matter what. So instructions are included inside this as well as a little pouch. So that is the water filter. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then we have the gas mask itself, which if you have if you don't have a beard or anything, if you're clean shaven like me, then you're able to create a seal around your skin with this, and then you're able to use the filter. And you don't want to attach this unless you have to. It'll last longer if it remains sealed. But you can breathe through those vents. But you also want to make sure that you don't. Also, it has instructions, and it comes with a pouch and has a straps on it as well. But you don't want to use this in case of a fire, because not only is this not good against smoke inhalation prevention, but also this plastic is going to burn your skin. If there's a fire, just get out of the house. So honestly, I thought the Advance was the best value this month. It's only at $49, like I said. The other items, I felt that, I mean, you kind of have to really want to pay, like, you know, either twice that or more than twice that. But with the Pro, there's a Geiger counter basically, and then there's a silver that comes with it, 12 ounces of silver. Now I'll talk about what I think of the silver in a second, but the Geiger counter comes with a little app, but the way that this is it kind of plugs into this headset, your headphone jack, and then it can read the particles in the air, apparently. And then I did feel that, I have to unplug the sorry phone. I know you're going to get mad at me for a second, but I felt that this, if it were to work on the keychain like it's intended, it would be really cool, but it comes off really easily. I was hoping it's like kind of a screw-on kind of thing. I don't know why you would need this in such a hurry, why they opted for the non-screw option, because it easily comes off. But you know, you could put this in your gas mask holder, which is basically what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, the app doesn't work as well as I thought it would. And honestly, I don't know if I can trust it, but maybe that's just my negativity. Maybe it really does work. Now, as far as snake oil, I meant the silver. This is something that has been kind of talked about for centuries, how great silver is if you ingest it. And you know, if you believe that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with you. But I also wanted to make note of this right here. that's not been approved by the FDA, and it's not intended to do anything. So it's just homeopathic, and if you want to use it for that purposes, and you know, I'm open to the idea that this type of whatever you pronounce that works. So go for it. And I don't think that silver is toxic or as toxic as some materials like mercury. But I just wanted to kind of throw in a little bit of a warning that I don't think that it's as good as people are saying it is. Moving on to the knife of the month. This is known as the Nuke, and this is from Long May. Let me just open this up, and it's not in there. Someone stole it. Actually, it's in my pocket right here. But this is the box that it comes in. Pretty cool. Nuke, because it's nuclear themed, which kind of struck me by surprise. I didn't think that there would be a nuclear pocket knife. I'm not trying to make fun of it, but it is pretty cool that if you take a UV light or even the sun or a flashlight, but the black light that comes with it is the best way of making this do this. But it has something called glow in it, and then obviously that means it glows in the dark. And this we have direct light on this so that you can see what's in the box, but in the dark you're going to be able to find this knife a lot easier. And then this little symbol right here is supposed to be similar to like kind of a nuclear radiation symbol, although I think they could have done a little bit of better job with making that look more like this, don't you? I don't know. That's just me. Once again, being critical. Also wanted to note that yeah, it is excellent pocket clip. The ergos are good, but this part isn't very flush. In fact, it's kind of loose right here. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I thought the knife was pretty cool. A lot of really cool features, and I like being able to add to what I already have in my my nuclear basically bug in or bug out bags that I have. And what I would recommend though is y'all do your research. Also, don't get paranoid. It's still not likely that something is going to happen. But kind of read up, be prepared for different options. Worst case scenario, you lose power, and then you have extra items that you'll be able to utilize. One last thing is that if you are going to prepare for a nuclear event or whatnot, yes, you can mitigate from the blast by being underground, but if there's a chemical, biological attack, or there's radioactive material or chemicals, you want to be actually higher up, but because chemicals have weight and they're going to be lower to the ground at that point, and that fallout spreads farther out than the blast itself. So just kind of keep that in mind. Maybe you can have a gas mask below ground, one higher up, but just letting you know that if there is a biological chemical attack or nuclear or whatever, you want to be higher up, and then seal off your windows or other vents with plastic bags and with duct tape kind of stuff. Anyways guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Y'all stay safe out there, and remember, pay to be prepared. God bless.